Hi guys, welcome to another video of mine. Now this one is all about IELTS speaking. As most of you know that I got a band 8.5 in the IELTS speaking. Today I'm going to share some do's and don'ts for the IELTS speaking section. I'm going to share some tips and I'll give you some advice. And this is all from a personal experience. So if you're struggling with your IELTS speaking score, you're not getting the band that you need, do watch this video because it's really important and it's going to help you improve your score in the IELTS speaking section. So let's get started, guys. So the first tip that I can give you all is be very confident. Guys, confidence is the key to success in the IELTS speaking section. Now, you might think, well, we are really nervous because we are in an exam. How can we speak confidently? But guys, remember, it is natural to get nervous, but please don't let that affect your performance. So, speak confidently, speak clearly, and speak loudly. Okay? Do not speak slowly, or just mumble to yourself. Excuse me. Now, let's think about the situation where you might get a question and you don't know anything about it. Well, please don't say to the examiner that you don't know anything at all, okay? Or just be quiet. That is the worst thing that you can do in the IELTS speaking test, okay? Because remember, guys, it's a speaking test. And if you don't speak, the examiner cannot mark you on it. So it's very, very important that you say something. So even if you get a difficult question, try to answer it to the best of your ability, okay? And try to be confident, okay? At least appear to be confident. This is very important, guys. And this was the reason that I think that I got a band 8.5 because I was speaking very confidently in the speaking test. So let's move to the next one. Now, if you need time, if you want to buy time in the IELTS exam to think, be clever, okay? Now, I was just talking to you about a situation where you might get a question that you're not very sure about or you're not sure what to say. Then obviously you need some time to think. But as I already said, don't be quiet and don't just say to the examiner, I don't know anything, okay? Let's look at an example, okay? Let's say if the examiner asks you, have the parenting skills changed over the last 10 to 20 years? Now, part 3 questions are very analytical, okay? They resemble a lot to the task 2 questions in the writing that you get. So you obviously have to give reasons, you have to give examples, you have to elaborate. So if you get a question and you don't know what to say and you need time to think, you can actually use something, you can say something like this. Excuse me, guys. Well, I've never thought about this before. Give me a moment, please. Okay. Or you can say, well, this is an interesting question. So while you are saying this and while you're doing all this, you have the time to think. At the same time, think to yourself what you're going to say, what the answer will be. But please, I've written it in bold letters. Don't do it in every question. So don't go there and don't say in every question, oh, it's an interesting question. Or I've never thought about this one. Give me a moment. Because if you do it very often, obviously the examiner will know that you are doing it just to buy more time and that you are struggling to speak in English. And that obviously is going to affect you negatively, okay? And you're not going to get the band, okay? So if you need time to think in your IELTS speaking test, be clever, use these things, okay? But don't do it very often, okay? Because it will negatively affect your band, okay? So let's move to the next one. Tip number 3, please, and this is what guys, this one is very important. No hesitations or pauses. Okay. Now, let me tell you, in the speaking criteria that the IELTS examiner used to mark you to give you your band in the IELTS speaking test, one of the criteria is how fluent you are. Okay. So your speech should be very fluent. Okay, there should be a natural flow to your speech. Okay, you should talk at the right speed. Okay, there should be natural variation in your voice. For example, let me tell you something, guys, like, when we speak naturally, right, in our local languages or something like that, then when we are saying something, okay, let's say that you are job offer from a very reputable company, right? You'll be very happy, and then you'll speak a little bit louder and with a lot of enthusiasm, right? But if you're telling a sad news, obviously the tone will be different, and you'll speak at a different. So all these variations, okay, in your tone, in your speed, that reflects, and that should be reflected in your IELTS speaking test, okay? So if you're excited, if you're telling something happy, show that you're happy, okay? With the variation in your tone, in this speed that you're speaking at, okay? If you're telling something sad, then obviously, accordingly, you have to do that, okay? So it's very important that you show the examiner that English comes very naturally to you, okay? This is very important. Show it through your tone variation, through your speed, okay? Also, guys, another thing that many people do is they try to put a lot of high level words, good vocabulary, and things like that. But in order to do that, they compensate that by thinking for a long time in order to put like really high level vocabulary. Guys, this is not good, okay? Obviously, you do have to use good words, okay? But don't stop too long, okay? Let's say, like, when the examiner asks you a question, don't, because I've seen some students and what they do is like, they think a lot, and they take a few seconds to a minute to actually start speaking or start answering, which is not right, okay? And don't pause a lot, okay? And don't, there shouldn't be a lot of hesitation. Don't be like, okay, my favorite book is this, and then the next idea, and then a lot of and ahs. No, guys, this is not good, okay? So no hesitations and no pauses, and don't try to impress the examiner with your vocabulary, okay? Vocabulary should also be natural, okay? Don't try to force high level words. Use them correctly. Use good vocabulary, but don't let it affect your fluency, okay? That this is one more criteria there, okay? You should be fluent when you speak. It's very important, guys. So remember this. Now let's move to the next one. Now this one is regarding the IELTS speaking section, but it's specifically about the cue card, okay? And I've titled it Use Your Time Wisely when it comes to the part 2 of the speaking section. Yeah, as most of you might know, that you will get a minute to prepare your notes. So you can prepare whatever you're going to speak about. And then you'll have a minute to two to speak about that topic. Now, they say a minute to two, okay? But I advise you to speak for the complete 2 minutes. Don't stop before the examiner stops you, okay? This is crucial. And the examiner will tell you when the time is up. They might say, like, the time is up, or you can stop now, or they might say, let's move to the next part. But it's very important, guys, and they will have a timer, okay? So make sure that you speak for the whole 2 minutes, okay? Use the full 2 minutes, okay? Show the examiner that you're good at English, and the examiner is actually assessing your ability to speak about a given random topic at length, okay? So if you stop before that, it's not good, because it shows the examiner you can't speak about a random topic and you're not good at English, okay? So they are assessing your ability to speak at about a given random topic at length, okay, for the whole 2 minutes. So this is important, guys. Also, as I already said, never be quiet or say you don't know, even if you get a topic you don't know. This is the worst thing you can do in the IELTS speaking test, the IELTS speaking exam. And what you can do to overcome this, like, that if you do get some topic and you don't know anything, like, try to prepare some common topics beforehand, okay? Now, as I already said in one of my videos earlier as well, the IELTS speaking questions that they do use it for 1 to 2 months. So there is a high probability that you might get the same questions. So do practice with the recent questions. And obviously, when you go and Google it, there are a lot of questions out there, and you can use them to practice. And it will help you, because then you will be familiar with what kind of topics are coming in the IELTS exam whenever you're supposed to sit your IELTS exam. So familiarize yourself with the common topics, prepare some good vocabulary related to those things, prepare the notes properly, okay, in the 1 minute that you get to prepare the notes for the cue card. Write down important points that you might use, and also write down the vocabulary that you might use. Let's say if you get a topic about technology, then maybe you can use the words tech savvy, right? Or computer literate, and things like that. So write down the good words that you might use in your speech. Also write down important points that you must cover in your speech, and speak for the whole 2 minutes. Okay, guys. So guys, this were all the tips that I had for you today, and they were all related to the IELTS speaking section. And I have personally used these things. Okay, these are the tips from my personal experience. And it's very important that you practice a lot, practice with the recent questions that come up, because they might come up again. So do a lot of practice. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did find the video helpful, please like the video and share it with your friends, guys, because I know there are many people who are struggling to get a good band in the IELTS speaking, and especially if you're not a native speaker, it's very difficult to like actually master a new language. And I use these tips. These are tips from my personal experience, and I used them and I got a band 8.5. Okay. So obviously they can help you as well. So do share this video with other people who you know are struggling with the IELTS speaking test. Also, I want to say thanks, a big thanks to all my subscribers, and thank you so much for all your love, and thank you for showing the support. I hope all my videos are helping you to prepare well and do well in the IELTS exam. If you're new to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel called IELTS Platform, because there you will find a lot of free IELTS videos related to all sections of the IELTS test. And for those of you who don't know my IELTS score, like I got a band 8.5 overall in the academic IELTS, and it was 8.5 in listening, in reading, and in speaking. And in the writing section, I got a 7.5, but overall it was an 8.5. So guys, it's just for information's sake, because there are many people who messaged me and asked me what was my overall score. So that's why I told you guys. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the luck for your IELTS preparation. And remember, guys, as I always say, stay very positive, but work very hard if you want to succeed in IELTS, okay? Because hard work is the only way to success, okay? There is no shortcut to success, only hard work. So thank you so much. Stay positive and work hard. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.